Good morning, sweeties. My name is Leslie Williams, and I just woke up not too long ago. I decided to make this particular video, not acting goofy at all. Sometimes I do make comedy videos, and they could possibly even give you the wrong impression about me. But, you know, I make my comedy videos in order to be able to risk how I might appear to people just so I can put a smile on their face. Because I realize and will always remember that what's important in life, and that's life itself, not caring about, you know, crazy perceptions that somebody might have just because they watch me acting silly. Anyways, the point of this video is to give you just some information, some personal thoughts concerning what I have discovered over time as a result of being the target and victim and activist of a specific type of crime. And yes, most of my, practically all of my videos are about this because it's, you know, let me give you an example about how prevalent, exacting, and invisible these crimes are. I was a victim of this crime ever since 1980 and did not have one clue because the organized stalking expedition did not start its open harassment towards me until 2001, over 21 years later. Now, I didn't discover, they started the open harassment in 2001, but I didn't discover the name of what was happening to me until 2009. So we're looking at almost 30 years of me being a victim of this crime and not having one clue about what was going on. Even once the open harassment and the total destruction of every area of my life. And, what was really weird, like, I think it was like back in 2007, 2008, I ran across an article, and it was by the ACLU. I think it was called the Industrial Complex. Excuse me, I got poison ivy on my face about 2 weeks ago, and I ran into a bush. And so anyways, it was called the Industrial Complex, and I read it, and it was about how the American government at the federal and state level is teaming up with businesses for surveillance purposes. So when you see those monitors on any businesses that you go to, just remember these businesses, if you got those little keychains that you signed up for to get discounts, which you rarely do, they got your address. So they got a picture of you, then they got their address. So they basically sucked you in. And I'm one of those people that are in the know. And I'm telling you right now, they're going to start using facial recognition and possibly even remote neural monitoring in these businesses too. Now, if you go to the bottom of Freedom from Covert Harassment and Surveillance and look on the bottom of their homepage, you'll clearly see that remote neural monitoring is a factual reality. But no matter what kind of disinformation you get online, which includes fake patents, understand this and be clear. Remote neural monitoring has more than likely been around since at least the early mid-50s. I'd say at least. Okay? So, you know, the reason why I decided to make this video is because as a result of, if you're watching this video right now in the comfort of your home or, you know, in the comfort of your apartment, take a look around you and look at everything that you own. You know, and if you have a car, it's in the garage or in front of your house or whatever. Think about that for a second. Think about all your property, your clothes, your shoes, your books, your furniture, your computer, all your kitchen stuff, your stove, your appliances, everything. Imagine every single bit of that taken from you by people that you do not know through creative means. Targets of organized stalking, which is also termed as gang stalking, are victimized by organized crime that's in the system. And they are targeting anybody and everybody that they can. I'm talking about just, you could walk down any street in the suburbs, in poor neighborhoods, in rich neighborhoods, and come to understand that these individuals who are in the system can just walk up and go ride their bikes, cars, or walk up and down the street and pick any house and decide to target it, and boom. Once you become targeted, you lose your home, your apartment, your car, your job, because they got the power positions to blacklist you. And then they can also, once they put you out on the street, because they keep you blacklisted from employment, they can get property owners and landlords on board. Do you honestly think if you own a home that the city inspector cannot come out and sabotage your life. These people can implode businesses by infiltrating them and implode them. Yes, you would not believe what I know. And every single last bit of it is protected by the government. Let me tell you something right now. Agenda 21 is protected by the government. I mean, not protected. It's perpetrated by the government and then protected by the government. And Agenda 21 is going to become in full force in the next 20 years. And that's basically got to do with land co-opting and property co-opting. It's just going to be done through different means and different disguises. Okay? But if you do your research on Agenda 21, you will come to understand that Agenda 21 has even got a bunch of different names. Yes, I've done enough research on it to know and believe that is the factual reality based on other people's extensive research that have literally even witnessed it and worked in employment descriptions that were from departments that were doing it. And it's all tied right back to the government. Now, we got organized crime in the system that is implementing huge protocols for land co-opting, property co-opting, trust fund liquidation, identity theft. You know, when you hear about identity theft happening from people in India, and these are transnationals and international crime groups, yes, but the government's also involved in it as well. And a lot of it's just being subcontracted to even crime groups. Because their whole goal is to try and use different avenues to destroy the middle class. The middle class supports the poor, okay? And the poor and the middle class support the rich. So in order for you to bring a socialist society or a fascist society into play, you got to break down the financial structure of the independent family, okay? To a point to where they have to become dependent on the state in order to be able to control them. Now you might think to yourself, well, this is just an advocate against socialism or fascism. I don't think so. If you knew what I know, you would be listening to every syllable I state. Now, as a result of being a target victim and activist concerning the crimes of organized stalking, which is nothing but perpetrated by organized crime in the system, who can have multiple aspirations for one target, okay? And these crimes are so exacting, methodical, and prevalent that, and they literally go on right underneath your nose, to where the average citizen doesn't have a clue. Remember what I said, that I experienced this crime from 2001 to 2009 openly, overtly, okay, while having all the areas of my personal life totally destroyed. Homelessness was created through clever means, okay? Job loss was created, because I was working part-time. I'm on disability, but I was trying to work part-time. Job loss was initiated, and then kept from behind the scenes. Because these are people that are in the system that have set up a structure to where the government is connected with the business community in depth. And if you don't believe me, you better open up your eyes and open up them well. Then we have the fourth estate, which was supposed to be the media, okay, and how they're compromised now. Now, I'm going to tell you something right now. This is by no means to talk about journalists, because I know there's a lot of journalists that see the bullshit that's going on and want to do something about it, but they got jobs, they got bosses, and those bosses have bosses, okay? But I'm here to tell you, if you do your investigative research, you will come to realize over time, and I didn't realize it until after I went to news stations and told them I was being tortured and got no help. Newspapers, same thing. So I started thinking to myself, why am I not getting no help from police officers, news stations, newspapers, the ACLU, okay, Amnesty International? I'm not getting help from nobody. I even went down to a human trafficking organization, and guess what they did? They literally engaged in gang stalking. So they got this stuff set up, wired up, okay, to where they use intimidation, bribery, collusion, infiltration, intimidation. Yes, and these are the powerfulness of the government. And you would not believe how much the federal government has involved itself in each state. They're bullying sheriffs that aren't corrupt. Yeah, you would not believe what I know. So how, if you look at these factual realities, I mean, look at the situation I'm in right now. This situation I'm in right now was not created by me whatsoever. I'm not involved in any illegal activity whatsoever, any criminal activity. I'm not crazy in any way, shape, or form, okay? What this living situation you see me in right now, is in a direct result of the organized stalking, gang stalking expedition that was initiated of my life, towards my life, by people that I do not know. Okay? Now, some organized stalking individuals had infiltrated my life in Michigan, but once I started suspecting stuff about them, as far as possible either obscure behavior, possible illegal behavior, and an inappropriate behavior, I cut ties with them that day. Boom. And that's when the organized stalking, gang stalking, started openly towards me. But they were already in my life, sabotaging it from behind the scenes. Car accidents that were staged. Car repossessions that were deliberately, intentionally connected with and achieved by through Ford Motor Company. Job losses that happened. I used to work for UPS. I used to work for the largest privately owned computer firm in the state of Michigan. Every single job loss that I experienced from 1984 up until 2002 was a direct result of these power positions in the community working with businesses to create homelessness. To create job loss. Yes, then they got landlords and property owners on board. Yes. And these are the factual realities of these organized stalking, gang stalking expeditions. It's nothing but flat out, literal organized crime in the system. Literally. If I can walk into the Hall of Justice downtown and walk in the district attorney's office and the other rooms that are dedicated for different reasons of the rooms of concerning why these rooms are set up, okay, and be gaslighted by employees and people that are coming in the rooms or even walking out of them, literally be gaslighted with organized stalking sensitization methods. Do you honestly think that an employee that works in any department in the Hall of Justice, do you really think that a punk from the street that's involved in crime can go in these kind of places and influence these people to engage in gaslighting connected to gang stalking and organized stalking? No. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I was literally gaslighted by an FBI security guard in San Diego. Now, what we have to understand here is that if these people had the power to stage a vehicle accident, get with landlords and property owners and even mortgage companies and bank employees to cause homelessness of you, and trust me, they got the creative means to do it. All they got to do is cause unemployment, and you're out on the street unless you got family members to defend them, and they can target them. They can target your friends you run to. If you study and thoroughly and meticulously investigate organized stalking and or gang stalking, you will come to understand that they can infiltrate every single aspect of your life and tear it right on down, all of it done covertly. All of it done through deceit and all of it done through lies. To put you straight out, flat out on the street and then try to human traffic you. Yes. I literally had a social services worker directly and deliberately to my face try to keep social services away from me after we walked out from a hearing that made me eligible for the services. She said, go outside and wait outside and I'll bring you the form out. She brings me a form out and states that just because she said that because you denied seeing a hearing before a judge, your food stamps have been denied. I said, this is totally opposite, 100% opposite. Like, you got black and you got white. Everything was agreed on in the room. She told us to walk out of the room and wait outside and she'll bring a paper out for me to sign. And the paper she brought out for me to sign was totally and completely lies and a complete falsehood concerning what was agreed in the room. And I caught her. And what I caught was caught on digital tape recorder. Now, why would a social services worker attempt to keep me off of food stamps? Everybody's got to eat. Human trafficking. I'm in San Diego, California, and if you don't believe me, you better listen to what I'm telling you. They literally attempted to directly do it to me in Michigan while keeping my social services away from me in Michigan. I begged for months for them to put food stamps on my card, my food stamp card, and they wouldn't do it. They kept ping-ponging me to voicemail and different kinds of lies and excuses why my social services worker was out on vacation, out to lunch, in a meeting. Call up her phone, the voicemail would be full, and then when it wasn't full, I'd leave messages, she still wouldn't put them on. Then all these men started coming across my life, even at Salvation Army, attempting to influence me for money for food. For sex. This is how they operate. They tear young men and young women's lives down, and even families' life, because they're also into child co-opting, where they tear apart a family's life to get a hold of the mother to try and make her in a prostitute, to probably try and put the father in jail, because they can make money off of that through treating the father like a straw person. And if you don't believe me, you better go to Google and type in Pennsylvania judge sentenced to 28 years for sentencing first-time misdemeanor children to the full maximum sentence, because every child that got pipelined to that detention center, federal funds were applied for per child, and when those funds came in, the detention center, which was privately owned, kicked back some of those funds to the judge, and he got caught. And then they go after the children to place them in syndicated run, group homes, and foster homes until they can be put up for adoption. Straw people. Make the mother into a prostitute, put the father in jail, and sell the children. So do you honestly believe that our state and federal government is not involved in human trafficking, land co-opting, property co-opting, human co-opting? Think again. Think again. Why do you think the Penn State thing went on for 10 full years? So anyways, this living situation I'm in right now, none of it, not one aspect of it was caused by me, anything I did, anything I didn't do, any behavior that I had, or any lifestyle that I had. I did nothing wrong and literally flat out stole my rent that was mailed, certified mail return receipt. And the organized stalking, gang stalking, had literally tracked me and put me through total hell in the last 5 apartments that I had in Michigan. So why pay rent when you're just going to be paying a landlord to harass you and get fellow tenants on board to harass you, to enter your apartment even while you're sleeping? These campaigns are designed to either cause eviction or to make you want to leave based on fear. Yeah, they infiltrate your family. You know, my name is Leslie Williams. I'm in San Diego, California. I have undisputably, literally proven, without a shadow of a doubt, black and white proof that I am a victim of this crime in San Diego. And how did they know? I came back to San Diego on August 8, 2011. Up to this date, June 9, 2013. I have made sure that I have not developed one social relationship whatsoever with anybody at the acquaintance level, the intimate level, or the friendship level. I barely even talk to people on buses. Small talk is all I make, because I wanted to make sure that once I obtained proof, these criminals in the system couldn't say, well, what you're saying is on this audio recorder, or what you're saying is on this video recorder, is because you know this person, and they're lying for you, or this or that. I wanted to make sure they didn't have no plausible deniability to my evidence. And they're still calling my evidence as craziness. Or they're out of the office when I go down there, even though I send them emails, faxes, phone calls, and the evidence that's online is just undisputable. Undisputable. So, if anything happens to me at all, physical injuries, rape, human trafficking, anything, understand this being clear, specific members of the San Diego Western Division Police Department, definitely specific individuals in the Eastern Division Police Department, the San Diego members of the San Diego District Attorney's Office, the state's attorney was notified about me. Understand this and be clear. These will be the responsible parties for any assaults, rapes, or human trafficking of me, Leslie Williams. Yes, because they did not do their jobs in reference to not only protecting me, but prosecuting the criminals, including MTS, how they've been involved in this campaign. Go to YouTube and type in Learning Disabled Woman Brutally Assaulted on MTS Bus. And the following universities and public libraries are directly responsible for intercepting my emails for help and directly engaging in gang stalking of me. And they are as follows: USD, UCSD, SDSU. Yes, one time at California State San Marcos University, North University San Diego Public Library, Serra Mesa Public Library, and the Point Loma Library, which they used in 2006. And I still have the email files to prove it. My name is Leslie Williams. I make these videos to inform, to expose the truth concerning the factual realities of what is happening to me in San Diego, California. It's a nationwide syndicate that operates on the same methods and templates of behaviors and protocols. And it's infested in every system in the United States. All you got to do is research organized stalking and gang stalking extensively, and you will come to understand that targeted individuals are online posting YouTube videos, blogs, and petitions. They're all over the internet. All over the internet. Yes, in every state in the United States. Targeted individuals have been covered on the Brain Invader show with Jesse Ventura. We've been covered on Coast to Coast National Radio Show. We've been covered on even some local news broadcasts. But when we've been covered on these shows, information has been narrated. Okay? Yes, it has been marginalized. Yes, we are all over the internet. Okay, and we are also victims of what is known as non-consensual human experimentation as a result of the technology that these organized stalking expeditions have in their possession that they can use towards a target from a remote distance. I strongly suggest you research surveillanceissues.com, UnitedTargetedIndividualsEurope.com, because these campaigns are going on worldwide. And surveillanceissues.com, go to YouTube and type in Timothy W. Bioethics Issues. Go to the bottom of Freedom from Covert Harassment and Surveillance, and look on what's on the bottom of their homepage. So basically what I'm trying to tell you, and I also want to make a statement to the perpetrators who think that they're walking away unnoticed. When I go to UCSD campus, okay, to use their Wi-Fi services, I mind my own business and my behavior is appropriate for the whole duration while I'm on their campus. There are students that walk by me, whether you notice it or not, or see it or not, that nod. They know what's going on. They'll walk by me and they go, like, trust me, they know what's going on. Other students are walking by me and looking like, I can't believe this is happening to you. You know how, like, when you can tell somebody's got sympathy for somebody, you know, by the way they look, you know, the way they look at you? So, you know, you individuals who are hosting this shit, managing it, and protecting it, like the campus police, let me tell you something right now. People are noticing what's happening to me, whether you believe it's ever going to be a threat to you or not. People are noticing it. People are noticing me at grocery stores. People are noticing me at university campuses. And I'm going to tell you something right now. If you honestly believe that these people agree with what you're allowing and involved in, you're nuts. Because I'm going to tell you, there's a manifesto that's online right now titled A Gang Stalking Tech, Everything You Need to Know. It's a manifesto of a manager of organized stalking, gang stalking crews. And he says one of the main reasons why they're so able to effectively get help from the community members as a result of lies community members are told about a target is because most community members want crime out of their neighborhoods. Now, you are involved in organized crime. Organized stalking is directly connected to, and organized stalking is only involved in organized crime. Their motivations, their aspirations, their intentions, and their crimes. That's the only thing that they're involved in. So when you got campus safety, when you got business employees aiding and abetting in the organized stalking expedition, and then how they're using their power positions in the community to influence dupe community members to engage in these crimes because they're being told lies about the target. Okay? Once the community wakes up, your ass is going to be exposed for what you really are. And if you don't think that the community is not starting to see what you are in reference to these expeditions, what answers are you going to have when they wake up? Do you really honestly think that parents want you using their children to engage in gang stalking? Do you really think that your parents want their students to go to university campuses where students are being influenced by staff, campus safety, and other employees on campus to engage in gang stalking towards innocent people? And then the fact concerning what I know concerning the live leak broadcast with Greg Schemansky and Julian McKinney. How they state that the people they're getting to harass a target are going to be future targets. So when you guys dupe a student to harass a target, whether it be me or anybody else, do you honestly think once these parents get wind of it that they're not going to come after you? Understand this and be clear. We are a lot bigger than you are. The community is, the unduped community, the people that find out the truth. We're gonna circle you one day, and then we're gonna expose you for what you are. My name is Leslie Williams. I'm in San Diego, California. I make these videos to inform, to expose the truth concerning the factual realities of organized stalking, gang stalking expeditions. So when a campus safety walks by me, and I'll put it to you this way, when they had the audacity to overtly engage in gang stalking around me, yes, you really don't know who you're dealing with. I have literally made it my life's mission to never ever stop until you're exposed. That's not talking about me stopping in a week from now, a year from now, 2 years from now, or 5 years from now. That means I will never stop until you're exposed for the crimes you have committed and until you are in jail. Period. End of story. My name is Leslie Williams. I'm in San Diego, California. I'm a good woman. I'm not involved in any illegal activity whatsoever, and I'm not crazy in any way, shape, or form, and I am not a threat to myself or others. I am being creatively, overtly harassed along all of my routes and reminded about it. They literally get along all my routes and repeat gang stalking constantly. Yeah, the name of the crime that's happening to me. Yeah, so it's their goal to keep me consciously aware that it's happening to me in every area of my life by having the audacity to get around me and repeat the name of the crime constantly. Yeah, it's their way of taunting me. So anyways, I gotta go. I'm in San Diego, California. I'm here today to tell you, no matter what you think these stupid tactics that you're using around me concerning me, I'm on a whole nother level. I'm on a whole nother level. I don't care. The only thing I care about is what you're doing to my other fellow targets, what you're doing to me, and what you have done to me. The murder of my ability to have children. Do you really honestly think that kind of crime can ever be distinguished or the light of it put out by you having students or dude community members get around me and say gang stalking? Do you really honestly think that's going to distract me from my goal to expose you? You're wrong. Fellow American citizens, thank you for listening to my videos. You can, to this video, you can go, I'm learning disabled, but trust me, I'm smart. You can go to YouTube and type in learning disabled woman brutally assaulted on MTS bus. Learning disabled woman catches gang stalker admitting sent to harass. And 2/20/13 learning disabled woman catches another gang stalker admitting sent to harass. Then you can go to Google and YouTube and type in learning disabled woman exposes gang stalking or learning disabled woman exposes gang stalking direct conversation methods. And if you decide to thoroughly and extensively research everything that has happened to me in my life, then you'll be witnessing what's happening to one person out of hundreds of thousands in America. We are literally being tortured. We are physically assaulted, even raped. Innocent human beings that were taken out of our home by criminals that we do not know. My name is Leslie Williams. I'm in San Diego, California. I make these videos to inform, to expose the truth. Today's date is June 9th, 2013, and thank you for listening.